Hi, Jack Plehall here, founder of Being Solutions. I want to share something with you, and it's being used on a day-to-day basis inside of some of America's most successful and respected companies. I've worked with individuals and teams inside of Google, Mozilla, Whole Foods Market, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Kaiser. People in all roles, people at all levels of the organization are using this on a day-to-day basis. And it's something that is simple, and you've probably heard some of this before, but I want you to listen to it not just for do I know this or not know this, but really I want you to listen for how can I hear this and utilize it today and go out and actually use it. Because in our culture, I feel like very often we have training and knowledge acquisition as a goal, where in reality, we all have way more information and way more knowledge than we're actually responsible for. And in my opinion, what we're missing is really leveraging and utilizing and embodying what it is that we already know as individuals, teams, and organizations. And this is going to speak directly to that. It's also going to speak to addressing our greatest our greatest constraint around time, and for that matter, around funding and revenue. We're all being paid for results. It's what our boards want to see. It's what our managers want to see. It's what executives need to see. You don't produce those, you're in trouble. The flip side of it is this. In many cases, we are producing unintended results. In the military, we call this collateral damage, happening every day. Got to drive it. Got to make it happen. That kind of energetic can very often create greater havoc than the result you're driving and trying to create can even deliver. So you're basically company's value by doing that. Action, driving results. Managers, you're always looking at adjusting the action. Executives, keeping an eye on how they're doing things and adjusting the action to produce results. And this is basically the level that most people are thinking and driving on their awareness on a day-to-day basis. You know, every once in a while, you take on new structures. How are you measuring things? How is your workflow working? What systems do you have in place to support support the actions and measure what's going on? Tactics, strategies, they fall inside a structure. And just like any major structure, and think about ERP implementations when they happened, they can be blindsided and completely watered down by the mood of individuals and teams and whole organizations. Doesn't matter how good the strategy is, doesn't matter how good the technology is. If the mood isn't aligned with it, it ain't going to happen. What's driving the moods? People's belief systems. And this is a loop. The results you have then create the belief systems of tomorrow. And things will either spin up or spin down on an individual basis, team basis, organization basis. In my view, this is the best place for executives and managers and cultures as a whole to start uncovering, okay, how do we actually do this? Because this is the level and this is the level that everybody's talking at all the time. How do we change the action, adjust the action, adjust the action? How do we adjust what structure is missing? What structure do we need? When in reality, it's just darn uncomfortable as executives and managers to just point to the mood. Because it's not our place, that's a scary place to go, what have you. And psychologists, people that are DISC analysis or Myers-Briggs experts or many of the other models out there, there's a level of complexity that has us feel as though, as human beings, we can't just go, I know that, I've seen that before, and that's in the way, period. And as an executive, you all know you have that ability to go, that right there, that's what's in the way. But we don't go right there. And I want to empower you to be able to do that. So this, as I see it, is binary. Binary. It's not an EFCJK. It's not a this, that, that. It's not a layer, this, and that. At any given point in time, every individual, every team, and every organization is either in essence or in survival mechanism, in expansion or contraction, in openness. Individuals pop in and out of each of those on a regular basis, 100 times in any given day. I've been studying this stuff for 10 plus years. I do it too. Everybody does. The more that it gets brought into awareness, the more people utilize time, the more they utilize resources, the more they unpack the belief systems and create the great cultures that we all want to have. Because inside of those great cultures, things become easy, things become fast, things become effective. How to do that? comes to a question. But I'm past 5 minutes, and really that's more of a dialogue. I invite you to be in touch with me. Ask questions about what I posted, and please be in touch if a deep conversation about this, even for a couple hours or for a couple days, where we would start here and then drive into strategy as a structure and really look at rippling through this whole model. If that's interesting, please let me know. Look forward to our next conversation.